First of all, that the links between strategy and implementation are usually where companies fail. A recent BCG study indicated that 1 in 5 major change initiatives fail. As Michael Coveney mentioned earlier, 50 to 60% of the value of strategies is not realized in organizations. And the reason for that is because the mechanisms and the capabilities to bring what is done in strategy directly tied to implementation are often lacking in organizations. And I'm going to talk about the hard side and the soft side of that. Interestingly enough, you generally get people who either think it's all hard side and other people who just think it's all soft side, and in fact it's an and. You can't do any of that without having both pieces working very effectively together. So there's the alignment of the executive team, there's the engagement of staff in both diagnosing what needs to be done and actually enabling that and tracking and measuring what's going on. And there is also the ability and the need for companies to work in cross-functional teams, which is something that is very lacking in organizations in general and particularly lacking in Malta. On the hard side, you also have you really need the frameworks and the structures that really embed the change processes and the strategy processes and the way that organizations actually function. Strategy can't be something that's done in a void or in a vacuum or that's detached from the day-to-day operations of the business. It's got to be directly linked to it. And that means that you really have the principles of the strategy really link directly to the business. You have measurement. You need to have the processes that enable strategy, and you absolutely have to have all of the pieces that put this all together. There are a number of other P words that currently escape me, but they're all the fundamentals that actually enable you to be able to fully implement and fully realize strategy. I think the other piece that's very important in terms of measurement, when we talk about alignment, we talk about the need for companies to have what I call a single change plan, which is a plan that encompasses all of the key initiatives that the organization is trying to drive forward in a way that is cohesive, that recognizes the interrelationships between each of the pieces and resources and funds them and stages them in such a way that they can actually be accomplished. It's the single change plan that needs to become the guidepost for the transformation of any company. And the most important thing is that you have clear program and project management and performance management to go with that, so you can actually track your progress along the journey. That's fundamental. So I think one needs to look at these things from a multidisciplinary perspective. It's not about performance management. It's not about people management. It's not only about planning. It's about how do you put all of these pieces together to enable an organization both to be engaged in the process of change, but more importantly to be able to effectively implement and actually measure progress and change moving forward.